Am I audible and visible? Can I get a quick confirmation, please?
Yes, Suhail, you are.
Yes.
Okay. So, a very good morning to everyone and a very warm welcome to the Vice President Membership Breakout Room. People often think Toastmasters is about public speaking, but before every great speaker, there was someone who welcomed them, encouraged them, and made them feel belonged. That's the true impact of Vice President Membership. We don't just bring members into the club, we help them begin a journey that can transform their lives. So, to help us become better at this important role, we are privileged to have with us Mr. Dinal Singha. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dinal is a member of Millennium Toastmasters Club, founder and CEO of Sermon Ventures, and holds an MBA from the National University of Singapore. And he is the district winner of the 2026 Table Topic Contest. So, without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Mr. Dilan Singha to conduct this amazing session. Mr. Dilan, over to you.
Thanks so much, Toastmaster Suhail. That's some very kind words from you. Good morning, everyone. So happy to be here. Let me start right off the bat by sharing my screen. Just bear with me a second. Please let me know when my slides become visible. I'm just stopping. Okay, can you see my slides now?
No, Dinal, not yet.
Not yet. Okay, let's try this again. Bear with me for a second. I've opened my PowerPoint, but unfortunately, it's not opening on the Zoom. Give me a second. I'll retry that.
And also, just to add up,
Yes.
I got a message from Ghana saying to hold up that still some members are still joining, Dinal. So we'll
Oh,
start
that's good for me.
10:50. Yeah, so they want us to start around 10:15. So till then you have the
10:15.
time to like check it out. No worries about that.
Thank you for that. Are my slides visible now?
Yes, it's visible.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
Super.
Let's wait for a few minutes. Once all
Sure.
we'll start. I'll let you know.
Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, Akifa. Can I ask you for a quick favor? Do you mind sharing the slides on my behalf if I WhatsApp it to you?
The thing is, I will have to share the timer cards as well, Dinar.
Oh, right. Got it. Got it.
That is
No
there.
problem.
So I think
It is
Shuhail,
just
can you, if that is possible?
Suhail, do you
Yes, Mr.
mind?
Dinal. Yeah, I can share.
Thanks so much. I'll send it to you right away. Give me a second.
And when it's done, we can start as well, this Dinar.
Oh, we don't have to wait till 10:15.
No, we got the heads up to start. When it's
Great.
done, we can start.
Sure. Suhail, give me a second. Suhail, I'm just WhatsApping it to you.
All right.
Sorry about the confusion. I'm using a borrowed computer today because my laptop crashed on Thursday.
No worries.
My apologies. Should have just come through, Suhail.
Yes, I got it.
Thanks a lot. Okay, while Suhail uploads the presentation, good morning, everyone. My apologies for that slight delay. Uh, Absolute pleasure to be here. So, just to give you a quick um, uh, history of why I'm doing this training, I had the pleasure of being the vice president membership for Millennium Toastmasters Club last year, and I really enjoyed it. So, I thought, I'd like to share some of the knowledge I got from TMI and from my experience. While the deck is being uploaded, can I just um, ask you all? There are only a few people here to just unmute and share why you are serving as vice president membership. Give me honest answers. Don't give me answers you think I want to hear. Could you just unmute and share? Please tell me what your name, what club you're from, and why you want to serve as VPM this year. Please start. Who's going to go first? Okay, if you're shy, you can put it in the chat also. Anyone? Guys?
Okay, Dinal, I'll go with it. So I'm
Okay.
Ruvani. I'm VPM of Umpire Toastmasters Club. So this is a role I got from the exco, to be honest. But I'm okay with that. But I would love to engage with people, network with people. So I thought this would be a great opportunity for me. So I'm looking forward to work on it.
Lovely. Who else? If you're shy, you can put it on the chat also. Thanks, Ruani.
Good morning. I'm Rukshima. I'm from the Open University of Sri Lanka Toastmaster Club. And
Yes.
actually, we have very few members. So I was asked to take up this role. But however, as mentioned by Rune, I also usually love to handle people and then encourage them to join this club. So yeah, and that's about why I selected this, why I am here. Thank you.
Thank you, Ruksha. So for the others, I'm going to move on, but please share on the chat your name, which club, and why you're taking up this role. Shuhel, do you mind full screening the deck for me?
Yes.
Thank you. Great. So today we are going to talk about the role of vice president membership and the responsibilities and the how-tos. We'll move on to the next slide, please, Sohail. Great. So, Sohail, this is the third slide or the second?
Second one.
Second one, great. So, just a quick intro of what we are going to cover. Why the VPM role is important, the club success cycle that we saw, transferable skills that we will learn, our responsibilities, which includes membership building, membership engagement, and we'll share some best practices, metrics, and resources. So we are going to talk about the roles, the responsibilities, and the how to. Next slide, please, Swed. Great. So, big question. Why is the vice president membership role important to the club? Very important role because Toastmasters is a better experience with engaged and vibrant membership. So, membership growth, then membership retention. Also, we had to create a vibrant and welcoming environment. The first impressions, when a guest walks in for the first time, then that guest who walks in and goes through the meeting, we need to convert them hopefully into a member. Then the members that are there, how engaged are they? What's their general feeling about Toastmasters? So these are some of the areas, reasons why the VPM role is very important. We'll move on to the next slide, where we look at the club success cycle. Yeah, that one. Thanks. Now our trainer in session 1 spoke about the club success cycle, but we're going to look specifically at the VPM role. You'll see the areas in green, the meeting, the membership, the orientation, and a little bit of the mentoring as well. Those are the areas that are covered, which are influenced by the VPM role. So let's look at this cycle, the areas we want to look at in more detail. Please move on to the next slide. Okay, so the VPM role, right? Um, the VPM responds to member management contacts, that is prospective contacts that come. Then we had to greet guests at the meeting, ask what they want to gain from Toastmasters, and introduce them to the members. Then we need to get their information so that we can follow up. We need to invite them to join. Following up is very crucial once the meeting is over. Then once they join and as a guest, we need to orient them as new members. And last but not least, assign mentors for the vice president, with the vice president education. We need to collaborate and assign a mentor who can guide them through. So, when it comes to prospective members, getting them, we need to work with the VP PR, because the VP PR is the one who creates the awareness for guests to come. Then we need to work with the secretary and the treasurer to get members to renew and for new members to pay their subscription to join. Then we had to work on the president on strategy, on how to increase guest visits and look at retention trends. So there's a lot of teamwork that the VPM has to do with the rest of the exco. Now, it's important to know what kind of skills we will learn by doing this role. So Sohail, if you don't mind, move to the next slide. Let's look at the transferable skills we learn. First and foremost, Toastmasters, communication. Second, we learn marketing, how to sell the idea of joining Toastmasters to guests and how to sell the idea that Toastmasters creates value to the members. We learn networking and relationship building. Relationships are very important when it comes to member retention. Then also strategic planning in terms of what are the membership targets we want to achieve, how do we look at increasing the engagement of the existing members. Then of course you learn collaboration. I said you had to work with a exco on various different aspects, and of course professional development. These skills help you not only in Toastmasters life but in your professional life. So let me kindly ask you a question. What skill do you hope to develop the most? You can unmute and speak or put it on the chat. What skill do you hope to develop the most? Please feel free to unmute. Otherwise, you can put it on the chat as well.
Converting a new member, again, guest to a new member.
Oh, lovely. So that's one skill. That's Rohini, right?
Yes, Dina.
Lovely. Lovely. Others, converting a new member. Very important, right? That's selling the club to the member. And when we say selling, we don't mean selling it for the value. It's not about getting new membership dues. It's about the member receiving a lot of growth and development in return for the dues that they pay. Anyone else? What skill do you hope to develop the most? Okay, let's put it on the chat as we move along. Next, yeah, right, thanks. Vice President membership responsibilities. Let's look at the responsibilities of the VPM in more granular detail now. Next slide, please. Guest hospitality. When a guest walks into a meeting, the first impression is absolutely crucial. VPM needs to work with the sergeant at arms to welcome the guests, maybe try and seat the guest with a senior member. Remember, the core benefits of Toastmasters are leadership, public speaking skills, and a supportive environment. I've been a member of Millennium Toastmasters for now 10 years. And every time I achieve something, the main reason is the supportive environment, the club, whether I do a speech, take part in a contest. So creating that supportive environment where members feel, even if they do badly, that there are people to lift them up is very important. So guest hospitality is a very important part of the VPM role. Can I ask you, and please unmute and speak or put it on the chat. I know it's Sunday morning, but we want to see more and more of you contributing. How would you explain Toastmasters in one word to a potential guest? Can you put it on the chat or unmute, please? One word to explain Toastmasters. Progress. Lovely. Thank you, Nilanga.
Networking.
Networking. Very true.
Encouraging.
Others? Absolutely.
Encouraging.
Absolutely. Encouraging. Growth. Nada from Mathale TMC has put growth, of course. Lovely. Lovely. Thank you for that. And let me ask you another question. What is the most valuable skill you have learned so far at Toastmasters? Whether you're a member of 1 year or a few months or a couple of years. Find your voice for the earlier question. Or is it for the earlier question or the most valuable skill? Okay, find your voice, Pradipika. I'm assuming it's the most valuable skill you have learned. Networking, Yasanti. Thank you for that. Oh, wow. Okay. Lovely. Thanks, Pradipika. So find your voice, networking. Any other most valuable skills? Supporting hand. Lovely. So this is exactly what we want our guests also to experience, what you've experienced. We want them to get the benefit that you have got. Right, let's go to the next slide and look at a very important aspect, which is once a guest comes to a meeting, it's very important to collect their details. And when we say details, we have to collect their name and contact number, give them a guest package if you have, but also talk to the guest. You know, ask them what they hope to gain by coming for the meeting. And then after the meeting, let's see whether they experience that or whether there is some aspect that they're looking for, which we can try and give them through some other channel, even though it wasn't experienced at that meeting. Because guests who feel appreciated and understood are more likely to join. Let's move to the next slide. Another important thing a VPM has to do is personally invite each guest to join. Once the guest comes for the meeting and goes through the meeting, first during the meeting, ask for the guest's impression. That will be a good tip for you on how they feel, right? Some will be really happy. Some may be happy. Some may say that they had a good experience. But that's why once they speak publicly and the meeting ends, go to them one-on-one and speak to them individually and gently invite them to join. Now, when you invite them to join, some may be very happy, some may say they will think about it, then invite them for another meeting. Very important. Some may not jump on the bandwagon right away, may not show interest right away, but if you manage that relationship carefully, you might be able to understand what their concerns or challenges or objections are, and show how Toastmasters can help them. So generally invite them to join, but if they don't want to join right away, that's okay, but invite them for next meeting. And we'll move on to the next slide, please, Shohail. So once the meeting ends and a couple of days go by, ideally, we need to follow up and turn a good guest experience into real momentum where the guest wants to join our club. So, very important, you can ask them for feedback, send them a thank you message. Today, a lot of the communication happens through WhatsApp. So send them a WhatsApp message saying, "Oh, hope you enjoyed the meeting. If you have any feedback, let us know." But it's very important to do this very quickly. Don't let a lot of time pass by. Maybe the next day or maximum the day after. Send them a message, ask them how they felt, get their feedback. Sometimes a guest who didn't want to join right away, after thinking about it, may be interested, or they may not be. It's okay. But most important thing is for the VPM to keep encouraging them to come for meetings, so that they, at some point, will see value. We'll move on to the next slide, where we look at guest member conversion. So we have a QR code, which gives us some very good tools on from Toastmasters that will help us when it comes to guest to member conversion. There's a video tutorial. But the most important thing to remember is, interact with the guests, communicate with them through a phone call or a WhatsApp message, listen to their issues or challenges, and very subtly show them why Toastmasters can meet their objectives. Look, sometimes, the expectations might not be able to be met. Then it's important for us to be transparent. But in a meeting or in two meetings, the guests might not see the complete value of Toastmasters. So that's where the VPM has to come in. Maybe a guest might say, "Oh, I thought we had more opportunities to interact." So then you can say, "No, we have opportunities. Come a little early or stay a little longer after the meetings. And we have social events in our club where you get to interact more, like a Christmas party or a club trip or a club coffee chat or so on." So guide them through their objections. And then if they are interested in joining, you have to walk them through the sign-up process. We have a Toastmasters application form. Help them, guide them through that application form, and always give the benefits to the guest. Communicate the benefits of Toastmasters to the guests. It's very important. We'll move on to the next slide. Okay, so then we have membership renewals, right? That's another important objective or a task of the Vice President membership. It's very important to start working on membership renewals early. And remember, when we say early, it's about 4 to 6 weeks earlier than the renewal deadline. I know some clubs even start earlier than that. They give early bird offers where they give a discount if you renew really early, and so on. So very important for the VPM to not only have a dialogue with the guests, but have a dialogue with the members and make sure that members get ongoing value. So when the dues time comes, a member must want to renew. Talk to them and try to come up with strategies for members to see value. Maybe the member wants a different mentor. VPM can work with the VP education to maybe give another mentor in addition to the current one if you don't want to upset the current mentor. So like that, membership renewals, you have to start early and try and let members see value in their renewal. We'll move on to the next slide, please. A VPM has to be a continuous support, source of support and motivation. Check in with members regularly. Are they achieving their goals? Um, you know, when members are engaged, the club has a lot of vitality. And not everybody may be engaged, but finding the different requirements of club members and working with the exco to meet that is a very important engagement area for a vice president membership. Now let me ask you all a question. Can you recall the most helpful support you have received as a member? Can you give me an example, or if you don't want to unmute, put it on the chat. An example of the most helpful support you received.
So I'll go ahead with that. So
Please.
as a Toastmaster, the whole family, my home club is Wednesday 7 Toastmasters, and I'm a dual
Right.
member. Now I'm a member of Umpire Toastmasters as well. So as a Toastmaster, the supportive hand and all the support they all gave me in my first book launch was immense. Actually, it's really, really amazing. So that's really lovely.
Sure. What a wonderful experience. Other members? Other VPMs? The most helpful support you have received? Let me share with you some support I received while you all think of something in addition to what Rooney shared, which was amazing. So, one thing the most helpful thing for me about Millennium is, I take part in speech contests, and the it can be very discouraging, right? When you lose, like I won last year, but 10 years before that I lost, or 8 years before that. So what I love about our club is the encouragement we get. I remember this time when I was taking part in the district table topics finals, all I shared a link with the members who were at the meeting, and I got about 28 speech evaluations of my table topics. Amazing. And it's because of the membership support and encouragement, the way they encourage you when you lose, how they celebrate with you. That's something I'll never forget about Millennium. Anyone else wants to share uh, s- helpful support you have received in your clubs? Okay, please, if you like, please put it on the chat as well. If you're a little shy to speak up, you're more than welcome to please share it on the chat. We'll move on to the next slide, where we talk about recognition. Toastmaster Sohail, next slide, please. Thank you. So recognition, very important. How do we celebrate and recognize member achievements? When you finish a pathway level, it's important to recognize that. When a member completes the icebreaker speech, we give them a standing ovation. Why? To encourage them. When a member of our club takes up a new role, in the area or the division or the district, we need to recognize them. Then achievements outside of Toastmasters as well. Within the last 2 weeks in our club, one member got a PhD. So we all congratulated him. And another member became an attorney at law, passed the bar exam. Not didn't give oaths, but passed the bar exam. Oaths is coming up. So we recognize that. So celebrating achievements outside of Toastmasters is also very important. Then another way we can create enjoyment is fun meetings, theme meetings, Halloween meetings, Christmas theme meetings, Thai Pongal meetings, where we recognize the diversity of our members. Then, our presenter said, a lot of clubs had FIFA team meetings. FIFA comes once in 4 years. So it's a great opportunity to celebrate football. Our club, we even got members to kick the football for chocolates. So, you can do fun, creative things. Then we can have social activities like, a Christmas party, club trip, even spontaneous things like going for a coffee or having a meeting in another venue for a change. These are some of the things that we can do. Can any of you share with me some recognition you have experienced, unforgettable recognition that you all experienced? Now, VPMs, you're supposed to sell Toastmasters to guests and build membership, so we need you to speak up more, okay? I hear Ruani and one or two others. I was wondering where the other members are, the other 10 participants. Can you share with us what form of recognition meant the most to you?
There are many dinners, not one. I'll share
Please.
one with you all. So
Please.
when I completed my psychology diploma, as you all said, so it's not Toastmasters, it's out of Toastmasters, so they recognize it in the club. Not only that, whatever the achievements I got, they recognize it in public. So that's really lovely and amazing.
And how did that make you feel, Ruani?
I was really happy.
Sure. It's encouraging, right? So
Yes,
that's
of
very
course.
important. Very important. A lot of people, being Toastmasters and being EXCO members now, a lot of you all are very confident. But some people giving that first speech, the icebreaker speech, is a huge achievement. That's why we give them a standing ovation. Very important to recognize all of this. Anyone else with a recognition that meant the most to them? Yasanti, when they told you that you could take part in contests, oh, wonderful. When they saw potential in you, amazing, right? Nothing better than somebody coming and saying, they believe that you can do something special, when they say you should take part in a contest, that means they really like to see you, they like your speeches. Fantastic. So we'll move on to the next slide now, which is on membership building. So now we spoke about recognition. Now we want to talk more about how do we develop membership, not just keeping the members engaged, but how do we do some strategies to develop bring in new members. So we'll go more into detail. Right? We'll move on to the next slide, please. We'll look at some special events. One is the open house. The open house is a special event where your club opens its doors to the public. So this is different to a normal meeting, right? You plan it differently. Generally, Toastmasters recommends we have 2 open houses a year, where the club is open to the public. The public can come and experience Toastmasters. Why do we do this? Well, first we want to show our club value. The value the guests can get by joining Toastmasters. Second, open houses increase club visibility. There's more awareness about our club. And then, of course, the benefits of Toastmasters, developing leaders, improving your communication skills, networking. So these are some of the benefits you can show the guests through open house. So how do we organize an open house? First, when it comes to planning, we need to set the dates. Then put a team together. Put a couple of members, the VP membership and VP marketing will be critical, but put a committee. a group of people together to organize an open house, and then pick a theme. Pick a nice theme. How to face the world more confidently. Building public speaking skills. Be a better speaker. Pick a attractive theme for your open house. Let's move on to the next slide about promoting the open house. You have to work with the VPPR to promote the open house, and to do that, it's recommended to use a channel mix. Use social media, use an email database. You can use attractive flyers. Very easy to design flyers now with AI also. Then if you're a corporate club, use the corporate communication channels, internal mail to all staff members, etc., to tell them about the open house. We'll move on to the next slide, where we look at conducting an open house. So, very important when it comes to conducting an open house, the execution side. Assign clear roles. You need to assign people to greet people. You need to assign speakers, timers, some to welcome the guests. Then share stories. Share your personal stories. Like Ruani shared, and like Yasanti shared, and share your personal experiences, so that the guests who come for the open house know that, oh my gosh, these people have benefited, and that's why they're doing this, and maybe I can also one day benefit from Toastmasters like this. Very important for personal stories and testimonials to come out, because they make a world of a difference, and they bring a lot of color to your open house. So that's about open houses. We'll move on to the next slide, where we talk about another very interesting program to develop membership, community or corporate speech crafts. So this is, adult education for non-members. Its speech crafts are a recruitment tool, and actually speech crafts, they have found, have a higher conversion rate than open houses as well, because it's very focused. And let's look at speechcraft in more detail. We'll move to the next slide. A speechcraft can be about 4 to 8 sessions you can have 4, 6, or 8. And generally a session is between 60 to 90 minutes. All the material you need is on TMI, on Basecamp. So these are a simulation of Toastmaster meetings. So you have different, and where members complete projects. So you need to assign one member of your club to be a coordinator of a speechcraft. And it's, speechcraft, in addition to being a great membership development tool, it's also a great revenue generator for the club as well. So because you can, corporates pay for it, or community members will pay and attend the speechcraft. But it's a great recruitment tool. A lot of members the new members can join, because once they go through a speechcraft program, they develop a passion for public speaking and leadership and want to continue it. So it's a great recruitment tool. We'll move on to the next slide, where we look at the benefits to the coordinator, right? You can earn a credit towards your Distinguished Toastmasters program, the DTM program. And it's very important in a speechcraft to little by little to sell the benefit of Toastmasters. So the idea is, the speechcraft is about 4 to 8 sessions. So for the member to have a pleasant experience and to join Toastmasters, join your club permanently. So little by little, sell the value of Toastmasters. I know when speech crafts are conducted, they get very dynamic speakers to come from the club and share their experiences. And all of this builds interest and develops a desire to join a Toastmasters club. We'll move on to the next slide. So that's about Speechcraft. Now, also a very important role a VPM has to execute is campaigns for membership programs. So, as some of you may know, there are 3 membership programs run by TMI. One is the Smedley program from 1st August to September 30th. Then we have the Talk Up Toastmasters program from February 1st to March 31st. Then the final program for the year is Beat the Clock, May 1 to June 30th. So it's very important to, we'll move to the previous slide, very important to, in this member programs, to, you get incentivized as a club for adding new members for during this period. But to market, it's very important to use these programs and use Toastmasters to market members to join during this period. So, for example, August 1 to September 30th, you can leverage the humorous and evaluation contest. Then February 1 to March 31, leverage the international speech contest and the impromptu contest. And then for Beat the Clock, of course, you can market the ovation. So use those as hooks to get more members to join. But remember, for these programs, transfer members and charter members do not count. So if you're a charter member or a transfer member, they do not count. But new members, reinstated members, or dual members count for this program. We'll move on to the next slide. Great. So member engagement. How do we spoke a little about this earlier, but let's look at it in more detail about how to increase the interest and participation of the existing members. Next slide, please. One manner is social activities, coffee meetups, dinners, events with other clubs. So many things that you can do, Christmas meetings. Then you can have a meeting outside of the club. The joint meetings are very popular. Different things that you can do to drive up interest and engagement. So guys, can you just share with me one simple low effort activity that you can implement to increase engagement through social activities? Any activities that we talked about that you like, that you feel like you want to implement? Please unmute and speak or put it in the chat. One simple low effort thing, not a high complex thing, something you can do that you like that we mentioned, or a new idea that we didn't mention.
Yeah, go out for a coffee session. For
Absolutely.
coffee, go out and then then you can interact with others more. Because the environment is different.
Absolutely. There we had Nilanga sharing a music evening. Lovely. Little things to bring in some vibrancy and color. Thank you guys for sharing. We'll move on to the next slide. So another thing we can do is post-meeting socialization. Like Rukshima said, after the meeting, go for a coffee or go for even go for dinner and some drinks. Food always works, and a food tradition, going for a pizza, going for a kottu, something that uh, creates vitality and interest. Then, if you're online club, you can have create a virtual chat room for after the meeting. If you're online club, you can create another breakout room where people can go and just have a chat, stay longer. And very important, when we do this post meeting socialization, take the guests with you and make them, don't get into your private discussions, get them also involved, because that will create an interest in them. So we'll move on to the next slide. Very important slide on an uplifting environment. A positive, welcoming club culture boosts retention and encourages members to bring guests. Very important. Very important to have a positive, welcoming club culture. Team meetings, member spotlight, celebrating events, recognition, like we spoke of. Little traditions in the club. I know a lot of clubs do a flyer and share about members' birthdays. Very important. Special achievements, like we spoke of earlier. These are all things that will create member engagement, and very important. We'll move on to the next slide where we talk about some metrics. And guys, we are having a Q&A at the end, so we can you can bring out all your doubts and questions. So let's look at, now that we spoke about a lot of things, the best practices, metrics, and resources available to us in Toastmasters International. We'll move on to the next slide, please. One tool that we have is a new member survey. TMI provides a ready-made template. If you scan this QR code, you can access it. TMI provides a new member experience survey. A very useful tool. Ideally, share this with a member about 30 days after someone joins. It's a great tool to improve our onboarding process and make changes, identify gaps and make those changes. And getting the new members' opinion makes their voice be heard and makes them feel valued. So this is a tool and a resource that Toastmasters gives us, which is very useful. We'll move on to the next slide. Measuring success. So one important thing is to measure, like our trainer in the first session said, what gets measured, gets improved. So very important to understand the trends in your club. Work with the president to understand the member conversion rate. That is, out of the guests, how many convert to become members. Also look at the retention rate. Your club members, how many keep renewing? Generally an 80% retention rate is supposed to be good. If it's below 80, we need to start worrying why there's a huge dropout. So the measures of success are the guest to member conversion rate and the retention rate. So work with your president to see how we can improve both numbers. And these will be two measures that will be very useful for you in your VPM role success. We'll move on to the next slide. Here are some tools and templates to save time. This is the prospective member management portal. So this is all available with TMI. We have a vice president membership toolkit with different templates that will assist you. So these are some visuals of those. We'll move on to the next slide, please. Okay, then we have the club marketing guide, other tools that are available to you, flyers, brochures, events, corporate clubs, web tools, branding, conversion. There's a QR code which will give you access. These are very relevant to the vice president marketing, but it's also very important to be familiar with them as vice president membership as well. These marketing guides, rather than inventing the wheel, there's a lot of material out there. So please use them. We'll move on to the next slide where we look at next steps. So as VPMs, now you've been through almost 45 minutes of a discussion with you about the VPM role. The important thing is one, set clear goals. Second, customize your toolkit. You have a lot of resources, use those tools. Then look at your follow-up process. How can you refine it? We use WhatsApp a lot, but some members may prefer emails. Some members may prefer phone calls. They may not be very conversant with WhatsApp. Look at a multi-pronged follow-up process. Then look at your current member roster. See who's active. Look at who's not active. Speak to them. See why they're not renewing. And then, of course, plan member events. Events to boost engagement, and also events like open houses, speechcraft, to get new members. So I want to, now this is something I think all of us need to look at. Can you please share what is the first action you will take in the next 48 hours as a VPM membership? What is one immediate action you want to take in the next 48 hours? Putting you in the hot seat. Please unmute and share or type in the chat room. So now we have about 10 VPMs here, I believe. What would you do in the next 48 hours? We want to hear. Yes.
Yes, Toastmaster Dinal, I thought of a plan for a open house this
Fantastic.
time at the university.
Lovely. And just imagine open university, right? Imagine the opportunity. Rukshima, you said you're from Open University, right?
Yes, open
Yeah.
university.
How many members do you have? How many students do you
No,
have?
actually, this Toastmaster Club, we have only academics and non-academics, not students.
Oh, right. Okay. Very interesting. So I'm sure Open University has a lot of faculty. So
Yeah.
great. It would be amazing to have an open house.
Yeah, we are
Thank you.
planning to have one for the humanities and social sciences faculty open house for one faculty. We usually have like faculty-wise open houses. So
Right.
we haven't had one for the HSS faculty, so we are going to have one. Yeah.
Sure. Fantastic. Others, please share. What is the one action you will take in the next 48 hours? Oh, great. We have some answers in the chat. Develop an action plan roughly. Very good. So I hope you got a lot of ideas today, Yasasti, to do that. Nilanga has said, have a discussion with Exco to recruit more members. Very good. So you have a lot of tools that you can use. Any others? Please unmute or put it on the chat. So many ideas to share, which you can engage in. You know, open house, or maybe looking at your membership, getting some feedback from them, speaking to members, so many things.
Yes,
A program.
Dinah, so yeah, sorry, disturb you. So
Please.
we did last time, like, because we have open, you know, inland, we have the email addresses, so we
Sure.
circulated the open email for all the members, staff members, and then got a list of interested individuals. So we have a list. So I'm calling one by one these
Lovely.
days.
Fantastic. Ruini, any ideas for the next 48 hours?
Planning for open house is this.
Lovely. Lovely. So great. Great. Right. Let's move on to the next slide, which I believe is the final slide. So everyone, thank you for joining this session. I hope you learned something, that you at least got one or two new ideas of things you can do. We want to thank you for building momentum in your club, for taking up the challenge, and thank you very much for serving as a club officer. So that's about it. So now it's time for a Q&A. How much time do we have left? Oh, you're welcome, Yasasti. Thank you for being a part of the session.
We can,
Akifa,
yeah,
how much time?
we can have another 5 minutes.
Sure. So everyone, this is a Q&A session. So any questions or clarifications? Look, down the line, if you have any questions that you'd like to run by, I'm going to share my mobile on the chat. That's my WhatsApp number as well. Please feel free to message me, and I'll be delighted to, brainstorm with you. But please take the opportunity. We have a couple of minutes now as well. Anything you wanted to, discuss, any doubts you had, any disagreements with what I said?
Come on, guys. I saw most of the VPM silent during the session. So this is the perfect opportunity for you all to ask your questions. And Mr. Dilan is the perfect person to answer those questions. So please go ahead.
Dinan,
If you all
actually,
don't
I
have-
have a question, but I don't think it's related to this. Yeah, but I'll raise it. So
Please.
when I was joining as a new member in my second club, so I have already
Yes.
completed my pathway. So I really wanted to do the second pathway, and I really wanted to select a new path. And I just wanted to know the new member connect at Venakota. Yeah, anyway, the one pathway is given free, no? So, but as I'm already member, I don't get it, right?
Oh, that's a good question. Ruani, I'm going to have to double check that. So your question is, when you join a second club,
As a
why
new member, yeah.
why you don't get the pathway free? No?
Yes.
I
that
honestly
doubt.
don't know. Right. Let me double check that and get back to you.
Okay, Dina.
Yeah, I have your number because Ruani and I were in the same area. So we have met many times. I'll double check that. That's a good question, actually. First time I came across that.
Mr. Dilan, I have one more question from our
Yes,
VPM.
please.
Yes. So it's kind of easy to bring in new members, but do you have any strategies for us to retain the members?
Very good question. So the strategy, the most important thing is two words: engagement and value, right? Keep the new member engaged in something. either speeches, get them involved in helping the club, because when you're engaged, you feel valued. It's very hard to find value without being engaged. So always engage them, as in, find what their interests are, passions are, try to get them something to do in the club along those lines. I'll give you a good example, right? We had a debate tournament organized by Division G, I believe, or Division J. Sorry, Division J organized a debate tournament. We got some new members who joined, who were very new, but they got very interested in this debate tournament. So, like that, and they were interested, they were coming for practices, they were taking part in mock debates. It was very useful. So, it may not only be Toastmasters related activities, but something, either tell them to get involved in organizing a social event for the club, get them engaged. When you get, in addition to the pathways and all that, get them engaged. When you get them engaged, they stay on. That's the most important thing, not just for new members, but even for guests. You get members who have been there for years. If they feel they are not being engaged for roles, they're not being invited to play roles, their feedback is not taken, they'll gradually distance themselves away. So, very important to keep them locked in. Thank you for that question, Sohail.
Thank you very much for that answer. Do we have any other questions?
Due to time constraint, we have to finish off the breakout rooms by 11:15.
Sure.
As well.
Sohail, thank you very much for clicking the slides.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dinal, for such an insightful and inspiring session. I'm sure each of us is leaving with new ideas and a renewed perspective on how we can make every guest feel welcome, every member feel valued. On behalf of everyone in this breakout room, my heartfelt thanks for sharing your time and knowledge and experience with us. So thank you very much, everyone, for your active participation throughout the session. And now it's time to migrate, not for another country, but I kindly request you all to leave this breakout room and join the main room. Thank you.
One moment. Just before we move out to the main room, let's all please turn on our cameras and let's take a group photo. So I'll give you all a quick minute to just turn on your cameras.
Come on, guys. We'd love to see your beautiful faces. Others, if you all are in a position to turn on your cameras, please turn on the cameras. Yeah, thank you.
Let's take a quick picture. Smile, please. 1, 2, 3. Another quick one as well. Smile, everyone. All right, we are good to go. All right, then. Catch you all in the main room. Over to you, Sohail.
Thank you,
Yes,
Aki.
so please.
Thank you.
See you all in the main room.